If you look at user reviews online, some call RStudio one of the most reliable recovery tools, while others are disappointed after using it. So in this RStudio review, I want to find out which side is closer to the truth and whether the RStudio cost actually lines up with what you get. I'll go through its features, run it through real recovery scenarios, and see how it holds up in tests. Let's start with the features overview. RStudio data recovery software runs on Windows, macOS, and Linux. It can recover deleted files, scan formatted or corrupted drives, find lost partitions, and work with hard drives, SSDs, flash drives, memory cards, and complex RAID setups. It supports every common Windows, Mac, and Linux file system, plus BitLocker volumes when you have the recovery key. Like most advanced recovery tools, it combines quick, deep, and signature-based scanning. You can scan an entire device or one partition, leave the automatic scan settings enabled, or choose specific file systems and known file types. RStudio can also create disk images, monitor drive health through smart, reconstruct RAID arrays, and includes a hex viewer and bootable emergency version. These tools make it especially useful for advanced recovery work, though most home users won't need all of them in a typical recovery case. If all this feels excessive, the same developers offer simpler tools. RPhoto, which only handles photo and video recovery, and RUndelete, which recovers files from FAT formatted devices for free, though other file systems need the paid version. The feature list looks good, but I wanted to see how RStudio actually performs in practice. For testing, I used a corrupted 16GB USB drive and a 64GB SD card image with deleted DJI drone footage. Before installing anything, I ran the setup file through VirusTotal and it came back clean. As for data safety, RStudio doesn't rely exclusively on non-intrusive algorithms, so be extra careful with unstable drives, but overall, it's safe to use. When you open RStudio for the first time, it presents you with a dense window packed with buttons and technical labels. If you're just trying to recover your files, most of that won't matter, so I'll focus specifically on how the recovery process works. You first select the correct device, click Scan, usually keep the default settings, and Start. After the scan finishes, you open the most relevant recognized partition. From there, you can search, filter, sort, preview files, and check their recovery chances. Then you mark the files, click Recover Marked, and save them to another drive. My biggest complaint during recovery was the preview, since you have to open each file individually. There's no thumbnail grid. Most formats previewed fine, but a few, like HEIC, PPTX, and archive types, wouldn't open at all. Usability-wise, RStudio reminded me a lot of DMDE, which I reviewed in the previous video, and neither left a great impression, especially next to more modern tools like Disk Drill, where previews and filters work well and the whole workflow is smoother. But usability aside, let's talk about the recovery results. On the corrupted USB drive, RStudio restored about 90% of the mixed photos, documents, archives, and video files in about 20 minutes, and most opened correctly. Scan speed is one area where I can praise RStudio, as it performed roughly on par with Disk Genius, one of the fastest tools in my tests. But the DJI card exposed its main weakness. Photos came back intact, but the MOV video files were mostly broken, and some wouldn't even open. This is usually caused by fragmented camera footage, which ordinary signature scanning cannot reconstruct properly. Overall, though, RStudio performed well and delivered even better results than several other powerful tools I've tested, including PhotoRec and DMDE. If we compare Disk Drill versus RStudio, the overall recovery quality was roughly on the same level. The main difference is fragmented camera footage. Disk Drill handles it better thanks to its advanced camera recovery mode, which is specifically designed to reconstruct this type of video. Before we wrap up, let's cover pricing. The RStudio demo limitations are strict. Recovery is capped at 1024 kilobytes per file, so you can only properly test it with small documents. For anything larger, you'll need a paid version. The RStudio price depends on the edition. FAT and NTFS cover specific file systems, Standard supports them all, while T80 Plus and Technician are professional options. Many users complain that the lifetime license can't be transferred to another computer. That's true for cheaper editions, and it's a real downside. However, the professional T80 Plus and Technician licenses can be used on different computers, so check the terms carefully if license transfers matter to you. So what's the verdict? After testing RStudio, I can see why opinions are so divided. It proved to be a reliable and fast recovery tool with a solid toolkit. But the interface is difficult, the demo is extremely limited, and fragmented video recovery remains a weak spot, so the cost feels justified for advanced users who need its professional tools, but less so for someone who wants a simple recovery process. If you fall into the latter group, I'd suggest Disk Drill as a worthy alternative. It covers the same ground RStudio struggled with here: previews that actually work, a cleaner scanning flow, and noticeably better results with fragmented video. But if you still want to explore other options, check out my other reviews on the channel and the list of the best recovery tools I'll link in the description. And that's it for today's video. If you found it helpful, leave a like and tell me about your experience in the comments. I'll also link the full RStudio data recovery review in the description if you want a more detailed breakdown. See you in the next one.